Hey Bookaholics, so welcome back to another video. Today I am bringing you my January TBR. In the month of January, I am starting out with all of my New Year's resolutions for 2025, and we'll see how well we do with that. Namely, one of the things I like to do is to work through my TBR, especially the ones that are out of my comfort zone. Obviously series I have no problem getting through, but through some of my historical fictions, through my digital books, I would like to get a wiggle on. I have a few approaches to this. The first one that I have is that I have now got my wheel, which is going to be a vlog project that I do, in which I end up reading a week or 10 days worth of books using this wheel, where it helps me select what I'm reading. So the theme of the video will change each month. This month we're working through my self-pub books, especially digital ones. So all of the books that I have that are self-published, and they are divided into dark fantasy, romantasy and romance, and we also have epic fantasy. And the wheel will select one for me, and then I will pull one out of the pots. So that vlog project is coming to you very soon, and hopefully I will get some good picks from there. I do also have a couple of obligation reads. I would like to continue my way through Dark Tower, so I would like to read The Wind Through the Keyhole, which is the next book, which is the 4.5 book. It's like a prequel that is best to read after book 4, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I have that one digitally, I don't own it physically. Excited to see how I feel about that one, because there are a lot of things about book 4 that I liked and a lot of things that I really hated, so we'll see where I land on that one. For my read along that I am hosting on my channel, in case anyone does want to join, if you do want to join, then do comment down below and I will open up a Discord. But that is, I'm working my way through the Earth Children series by Jean M. Auel, and this first book, The Clan of the Cave Bear, is the one for January and February. I will probably read it at the end of January, so somewhere in between the two, and I'm really excited to get into it. It's a historical fantasy, and the synopsis says, Isla's journey begins. Orphaned by an earthquake at the age of 5, Isla is left without a family or people, until she is adopted by the clan, a group of Neanderthal. Isla inspires first surprise, then wariness, and finally acceptance by the clan. She is cared for by its medicine woman Isa, and its wise holy man Kreb. Only their future leader, Broud, is not willing to accept the strange woman. Consumed with hatred, he does all he can to destroy her, but Isla bears the marks of the spirit of her totem, the cave lion. She is a survivor. I'm excited, cautiously excited, but excited to get into these. And the other obligation read that I have is I am going to be joining the Brothers Gwyn on their buddy read for the month, and that is we're going to be starting Lazen. I have actually read this book, but I listened to it on audio and retained next to nothing. So we have The Gardens of the Moon, which is the first book. We are going to be following the series that interlinks all of the series, not just Malazan Book of the Fallen. We're going through the whole Malazan universe as far as I'm aware, which is very exciting. And I don't remember anything about this one, so let's have a look at what it says. Bled dry by interminable warfare, infighting and bloody confrontations with Lord Anamanda Rake, the Malazan Empire simmers with discontent. Its legions yearn for some respite. For Sergeant Whiskey Jack and his bridge burners, and Tattersail, surviving sorceress of the Second Legion, the aftermath of the Siege of Pale should have been a time to mourn the dead. But Empress Lassen's gaze has fallen upon Darudistan, for its ancient citadel, last of the free cities of Genabakis, still holds out against her. However, the Empire is not alone in its great game. Sinister forces are gathering as the gods themselves prepare to play their hand. That's bringing something back. I'm remembering some of those words, so hopefully we have verse in here. I don't remember that at all. We'll see. I'm excited. I'm very excited to get back into it. I was enjoying them. I just wasn't retaining anything. Now the jars are back. They are making a resurgence, and I have gone back down. I had too many jars. I kept picking from too many jars and then getting overwhelmed. A general TBR jar, and we have a series to binge jar. Now the series to binge, we're going to pull one out, as I always have done. And for this one, I am going to roll a 4-sided dice. Whatever number I get on here, so say I get a 4 on the 4-sided die, I pull out 4 from here. That way it's a bit fun, and it gives me a bit of breathing room as well for my vlog projects. We're going to start with the series one. What are you? Are you the right way up? I feel like you are. Nope. What do we have? Red Rising Era 1 by Piers Brown. Let's go get that. I put Era 1 because there are two somewhat series within Red Rising. So I'm going to read the first three, which is Red Rising, Golden Sun, and Morning Star. I can't believe I'm finally getting into this series. The amount of people that love this series, I am absolutely terrified. In this first book, we are following Darrow, who is a red. This society is divided into colours, and Darrow's a red. And he is mining on Mars for this substance known as helium-3, which he and his people believe will help them terraform the planets. What Darrow doesn't know is that his people are actually being kept in servitude and in the dark because the planets have actually been terraformed for a long while. So when his wife spurs him into action by dying, because fridging is a thing in here, he then begins a rebellion against the Golds, the ruling class. I don't like the idea this starts with fridging. I really don't. I'm willing to give it a try because so many people's favorite, and I'm hoping that we just rip the band-aid off and get it over and done with soon, so that then I can actually get to enjoying the series. I'm really hoping I love this series. I really want to love this series, so hopefully I will be willing to overlook the fridging. All right, now we're going to go with the jar. So in the jar I have different colors. I have orange, which is a series I have multiple books in, so I would just, if I pull out an orange, it goes back in the jar again. I have pink, which is ebooks. I have blue, which is physical books. I have green, which is audio books, and then I have red, which is Spanish books. Let's see how many books we're going to read. 4. We're pulling out 4 from the get-go. All right, let's do this. This one. Ebook. And we have A Reign of Fire by Matthew J. Turner. This was actually sent to me by the author, and I am very excited for this one. It seems like we are following a commander, a disgraced commander, and we're in this world where things are starting to go awry. It seems like epic fantasy. I'm very excited to give this one a go, and I know that there are more books potentially coming soon, so all the better to be starting this one. Next up, we've got this one. What are you? This one is Homecoming by Kate Morton. I haven't actually gotten to any of my Kate Mortons yet, so it's probably a good thing. Go get that. This is a lovely chunky one, and this one is a somewhat historical contemporary mashup in which we have 2 perspectives, one in 1959 and one in 2018. Adelaide Hills, 1959. At the end of a scorching hot day in the grounds of a grand country house, a local man makes a terrible discovery. Police are called and the small town of Tamblia becomes embroiled in one of the most baffling murder investigations in the history of South Australia. London, 2018. Jess, a journalist in search of a story. Having lived and worked in London for nearly 2 decades, a phone call summons her back to Sydney, where her beloved grandmother Nora has suffered a fall and is seriously ill in hospital. At Nora's house, Jess discovers a true crime book chronicling the long-buried police case, the Turner family tragedy of 1959. And within its pages, she finds a shocking personal connection to the notorious event, a crime that has never truly been solved. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this. It's not normally one that I would pick up, but it did catch my eye. I'm hoping I like it enough to actually proceed through, but it might be one that I just try and it might not be for me. This one's a risk. Another digital one. Yeah. The Seventh Bride by T. Kingfisher. I'm fairly certain that this is one of T. Kingfisher's fairy tale ones instead of one of her horror ones. Fairly certain it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I don't actually need to know more than that to get into this one because it's T. Kingfisher and I love her writing. So there we go. That was an easy one. Last one. Ooh, we have a Spanish one. None of those have come up in a while. Let's see what we got. La Mano de Fatima by Ildefonso Falcones. Okay, I'm going to go get that. And I have La Mano de Fatima by Ildefonso Falcones. This one is a historical fiction that is set in medieval Spain, 1568. The synopsis of this one goes, I'm really sorry if this is really choppy. I'm translating as I go. In 1568, in the valleys and mountains of the Alpujarras, which is in southern Spain in the Granada region, a rebel cry has erupted. Tired of the injustices these exploitations and humiliations, the Moors have begun to confront the Christians and begin a merciless purging can only end in defeat and the dispersion across all of the kingdom of Castile. Amongst the subjugated is a young man called Hernando, the son of a Moorish woman and the priest that raped her. He is rejected by the Moors due to his origin and by the Christians for his culture and customs of his family. During the interaction, he understands the brutality and cruelty of both sides, but also understands the love of the precious Fatima with her dark black eyes. After the defeat and forced to live in Cordoba in the middle of the difficulties of daily life, he hones his strength in ascertaining culture and religion, on his neighbours, on recuperating his dignity. For that, he needs to take risks and dare to defy the laws with audacious and dangerous initiative. I am very excited. I did really like La Reina Descalza, the Barefooted Queen by this author, so I am excited to read something else by him. It's really nice to see different aspects of Spanish culture being put to the forefront, and I am excited to get into his writing style once more because I think he's a marvellous writer as well. And there you have it. We have got the 2 obligation reads that I have. We have my series, we have 2 of my jar pulls, and the other 2 being The Seventh Bride by T. Kingfisher and The Reign of Fire by Matthew J. Turner. So quite a hench TBR. I am very excited for all of these. Also getting into some very, very beloved series here with both Malazan and Red Rising Saga. By the way, if anyone cares, I know that Malazan is actually pronounced Malazan, but I knew that way too late, and now my brain is very much like, that's called Malazan. So I am very sorry that I keep misnaming it. But that is all from me for today. So let me know what you're looking forward to reading in January. Let me know your thoughts on any of these books. And that is all from me for today. So hopefully I will catch you in another one soon. Bye!